This is something I've wanted to do for quite a while, but never really got around to doing so. Basically, like the title says, these videos are going to be focused on teaching the fundamentals of ranked and succeeding in it, and really Paladins as a whole in a way. Everything you learn in these videos can be used in casual games too. It's just a lot more important to know these for ranked than it is for casual, since winning matters a lot more in ranked. Now, even though this isn't exactly beginner level info, I imagine for many of you this is going to be common knowledge. But I know there's still a lot of people in the community that don't really know about this stuff, and in order to help them grow as players, I'm here to inform them. Not knowing these fundamentals is a big disadvantage for them and their team that I want to help eliminate. I will be doing more character-specific ranked tips videos as well, for those of you that want more advanced and a lesser known information. Haven't decided who to start with yet though, I'm deciding from a small list right now. So for the first ranked fundamentals video, I want to focus on zoning and staggering. Now, what are these two things and why are they so important? Well, first you need to know when these two things come into play. So when you start a round, you have the point fight. This initial fight decides what team is going to get control of the objective. Once your team wipes the enemy team, you can get set up in key positions in front of the point. When one of your teammates is capping, likely the support, you ideally want to have at least one person watching each of the possible pathways the enemy can use to get to the point. Your main focus here is to see the enemies coming, dismount them, and safely fight them in order to hold them back. This is called zoning. You're zoning out the enemies from the point so they can't contest while your team caps. This is very important and can greatly sway a game since you're eliminating the possibility of the enemy getting another chance to fight for control of the objective. Now, I did say you want to safely fight the enemy in order to hold them back. You don't need to go out of the way to kill the enemy while zoning. Weakening them so they're forced to fall back or hide is valuable enough because it buys you time to cap. You also don't want to die yourself because if you do, that leaves an opening for the enemy to push through. Focus on poking out and pressuring the enemy. Keep yourself in a position where you can easily fall back behind something in order to get heals. Many healers can heal from a good distance away, so be somewhere you can quickly get them in the line of sight of you so you can get healed up and go back to zoning. Most maps only have 3 main pathways to the point. Only one teammate needs to cap, this leaves 4 to zone. If you're fortunate enough to have a teammate on your path zoning with you, then you two can tag out with each other when one needs to fall back for heals. Some maps have less pathways, making it easier to stack up with allies and tag out when needed. Take your character into account when deciding what part of the map to zone. If you're a hit scan character or a fast projectile character like Cassie, take the longer pathways so you can zone people from farther away. If you're a slower or harder to hit projectile character like Bomb King, then take the closer, more compact pathways. Then there's staggering. So what staggering is at the end of a team fight when the enemy only has one person left alive, you delay their death. You don't kill them until their allies start to respawn. This is big because what this does is force the enemy to either go into the next team fight with only 4 members, or spend more time waiting for the person you just staggered to respawn. You only have so much time. Time is important. Wasting your enemy's time can be a big advantage. Now, there are a few things to note about staggering. Don't get yourself killed in an attempt to stagger an enemy. That's counterproductive. If the enemy is capable of killing you, kill them, or if you have a teammate with you, back up to safety and let them stagger the enemy. Tanks are normally the easiest characters to stagger people with, since the likelihood of them getting 1v1'd is pretty low. They can take a lot of damage from the target while staggering them and still finish off the kill before they die. This is also really important. A smart player will quickly realize they're being staggered and either jump off the map, which you can't do a lot about unless you have a CC, or they'll walk to the point or the payload and contest it. If they attempt to contest, you have to kill them. Don't let them contest. Staggering them is not worth letting them halt capture or payload push progress, because if they're contesting, then you're not making progress, meaning you're not buying yourselves more time, making staggering pointless. Another thing is, regardless of how many people see this video, not everyone you meet is gonna know what staggering is. many will still quickly attempt to kill the last enemy. There isn't a lot you can do about this while it's happening. What I do is I don't attack the enemy. Your allies probably still will, but at least the enemy will die a little slower, especially if they're a tank. However, if you see that your ally is gonna die while killing the last person if you stand idle, save them. Help them kill that person. Like I said, somebody dying over a stagger isn't worth it. That makes it so the 4v5 the enemy would have feared becomes a 4v4 that they have a fair chance of winning, depending on who got staggered at least. Like if their support got staggered but killed one of your DPS while it was happening, the enemy team still can't push into that 4v4, since your team will still have healing and they won't. So yeah, that's a quick rundown of zoning and staggering. If you're not doing these things in your ranked games, I really recommend that you do. These things can greatly sway a game in your favor. Anyway, this is basically what these videos are going to be like, relatively quick and to the point. But yeah, that's pretty much it guys. I want to thank you all for watching, I very much appreciate it, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.